Hi, this is Nathan. Video for the strategy one for reading strategies. So I am in the reading specialist, the reading strategy room. It's set up where a bunch of students can sit around the teacher, and this is the classroom. So what I noticed in the classroom was some of these reading aids that came up in our class, in our teaching learning strategies in module 10. The main example that I saw was a word wall. In module 10, we learned about word walls. This room is actually the Empower room, and they learn about the Empower techniques. However, what I noticed, so the rhyming bank is similar to the word wall, where it's in the word wall. In module 12, we learned that the children, they increase their vocabulary by co-creating words and co-creating the language. So the teacher, this usually the instructor brings out the words, she puts it up there, and they all decide together, each one at a time, different words that could rhyme with it. I noticed that this rhyme bank was similar to a word wall. I asked the teacher about word walls, and she actually noticed. She pointed out that there is an actual irregular word wall in the room. They put it on the wall there so they can constantly see what the correct way to spell this word is. That is used for common words that are not phonetically spelled correctly, that they just need help just to acknowledge in their when they're reading and when they're learning common words that they're going to spell, but it's not phonetically correct. She also mentioned that they're moving away from word walls altogether, and they're moving into sound walls, and this is what the sound wall is. With the sound walls, they just have the letters, and they show actually the lips and the movement of the lips and the endings of words and rhyming words. So it's a wall of almost words. Basically, a lot of similarities, and that's how it was grouped. The sounds are basically now grouped into similarities. But what I noticed it's all grouped together. They're all learning this together, and it just seems very similar to what we learned in Module 10, word walls. The grade 2-3 class, this is another example of a sound wall. They also have schedules that work kind of similar to word walls, but just the schedule. So sound walls is what they're using. Now, while in fact that they do, for the younger grades, I've learned that they're not teaching word walls to the younger grades, they're teaching the sound walls to the younger grades. However, I did a mission. The reading teacher and I went looking around the school for word walls, and I found the older grades. So this is a grade 6 class, and this, in this example, a huge example of the word walls in action. So there's the alphabet, there's the letters. It's an entire classroom, but this is a word wall in action in the school. So the older grades are still using word walls, while they're now teaching sound walls, just because they want to teach the sound and not the whole word. That's the new way. This is what the reading teacher is talking about. So I found word walls in the older grades, and now they're teaching sound walls in the younger grades.